Hi and welcome to Now Showing. I'm Atika Farooqui. They say well begun is half done. And we have well begun. The first 30 minutes of entertainment and cinema from around the world. Now you would be thinking, why am I wearing all black? Even I'm wondering. I think my stylist is also experiencing the gloom that the world is facing right now. Anyway, this is a silver lining in the cloud because we talk entertainment. Cinema is the lighter side of life. So let's begin Now Showing with the highlights. This week's recommendation is Ajit Pal Singh's award-winning film Fire in the Mountains that will make you rethink your next trip to the Himalayas. Make your weekend worthwhile by watching this 2018 Japanese film called Shoplifters that will change your outlook towards shoplifters. From Afwah, Bheer to her latest film Thank You for Coming, a tete-a-tete with Bhumi Pednekar about her career, films and lot more. And music composer Lalit Pandit takes a trip down memory lane and talks about composing the music of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Let's begin the show with the first film recommendation that I have for you to watch this weekend. So, in a world where cinema is often filled with grand spectacles and high-octane action, there's something deeply profound about this film that takes you on an intimate, emotional journey. It's called Fire in the Mountains, directed by Ajit Pal Singh, a film released in the year 2021. It offers a refreshing and intimate experience set against the stunning backdrop of Munsiari in Uttarakhand, India, Switzerland. The film unravels a captivating narrative that explores the complexities of human relationships and societal struggles. The narrative revolves around Chandra, a mother who runs a homestay in the midst of the stunning Himalayan mountains. Her dream is to save enough money to build a road for her wheelchair-bound son, Prakash, to access physiotherapy. What a story, na? However, her husband Dharam is an obstacle rather than a support, consumed by superstitions and alcoholism, who's convinced that the family has been cursed by ancestors and only a ritual will steer them clear of any more bad luck. Chandra's teenage daughter Kanchan is a rebel and her widowed sister-in-law Kamla adds to the family's burdens. The story might sound conventional at first, but it's the execution that sets Fire in the Mountains apart. At its core, the film is a clash between progressive ideals and deep-rooted tradition, a theme that has been explored in many narratives. What makes this film exceptional is Ajit Pal Singh's ability to avoid falling into the trap of miserabilism and remain non-judgmental. His approach is said to be inspired by a personal family tragedy that unveiled the extent of female-specific struggles in his culture. As a result, the film treats Chandra's life with respect and even allows glimpses of humanity in Dharam, skillfully seen through the lens of his family. Beyond its family drama, the film serves as a poignant critique of a globalized India and stands out as a feminist narrative, highlighting the immense burdens women bear. The film subtly weaves a common thread of rage among its female characters, which evidently transcend to the audience too. Fire in the Mountains consistently reminds viewers of the disparity between vacationers in picturesque mountains and those who call these places home. The film's social commentary is relevant and delivered without force, breaking free from cliché depictions of mountainous cultures. Ajit Pal Singh's directorial finesse is evident with captivating cinematography and crisp writing. The film offers a compelling, intimate experience that challenges perspectives and captures the intricacies of the human condition. For those seeking a thought-provoking cinematic journey that touches the heart and challenges the mind, Fire in the Mountains can be watched on Sony Live. And there is one more that will truly make your weekend worthwhile. Now, in a world often dominated by flashy blockbusters, Shoplifters, a 2018 Japanese film directed by Hirokazu Koreeda, is a hidden gem that demands your attention. This heartwarming yet thought-provoking movie invites you to explore the delicate complexities of human relationships, family, and social issues in contemporary Japan. The story revolves around Shibata family, a multi-generational group living together in a small home, struggling with low-wage jobs and resorting to shoplifting to make ends meet. What makes Shoplifters exceptional is its quiet narrative, devoid of judgment and filled with wry humor. Koreeda's skillful storytelling allows you to immerse yourself in the characters' lives without feeling emotionally manipulated. At its core, the film challenges our conventional notions of family. Osamu and Nobuyu, the central characters, take in a young girl, Yuri, whom they find abandoned. Through their unconventional but deeply heartfelt care for her, the film explores the powerful bonds that can exist between people who are not related by blood. Koreeda's meticulous craftsmanship is evident in every frame, with each detail and subtle moment contributing to the film's emotional depth. Shoplifters paints a picture of damaged individuals who have found solace and support in each other's company, living under the radar of the law. As their story unfolds, they come to a profound realization about the choices they have made. Shoplifters is a rich, satisfying and deeply intelligent film that lingers in your heart and mind long after the credits roll. It is a testament to the power of cinema in shedding light on the intricacies of human connections while reflecting on society's challenges. If you're looking for a cinematic experience that combines sensitivity, authenticity and masterful storytelling, Shoplifters is a must-watch. It will leave you enriched and deeply moved, reminding you of the profound bonds that tie us together as humans and the societal issues we often overlook. And now moving on, with films like Afwah and Bheed, actress Bhumi Pednekar has found extreme credibility as an actress in the film industry. And with her latest film, Thank You for Coming, she speaks of her profound hunger for commercial success. I meet up with her at Yashraj Studios, her first workplace, where she worked as a casting director, till now, where she is being considered as one of the leading ladies at the box office. We talk about her journey and so much more. Bhumi, I want to start with something that Penelope Cruz had said. It's a very interesting quote. The most difficult thing in the world is to start a career known only for your looks and then to try to become a serious actress. No one will take you seriously once you are known as the pretty woman. It is so profound.
Yes.
What do you have to say about this?
I think I completely agree with her, because I have seen great actors in the past that have gotten that status after many, many years, and them constantly trying to kind of find their place where they're like, what, I am a face that you guys admire, that my audience admires, but I also have the talent. Obviously, my journey has been the exact opposite of it. Exact opposite of it. So I feel like the grass is always greener on the other side. Even for me, I feel like once they think like you're a serious actor, for some reason the glamorous, the vain parts don't come to you, and I don't feel vanity is wrong. And I enjoy beauty, fashion, glamour a lot. But yeah, I feel like both the thoughts are extremely profound.
With the success of Thank You for Coming, do you think somebody had said famously, well-behaved women don't make history? Would that be true?
Absolutely. I feel that would be true for everything that I've done, because most of my characters in their journeys have broken every social norm possible.
Yes, yeah.
And I feel like I'm pretty similar in my life as well. I have not adhered to any stereotype, any conditioning that jo mere pe thopi gayi thi. I've always tried to break that. And if you want to make people uncomfortable, there will be opinions and your everything that you do will be questioned. तो वो तो वैसे ही question करते हैं.
Questions के तो
वो तो वैसे ही करते हैं. So rather bring about a change.
Yeah. I recently watched Afwah.
Yes.
And Bhumi, I can't tell you how proud of you I was that day for the choice of films that you're choosing. How proud of you I was of you for your conviction in filmmaking. How do you prepare for your performance? Is there a...
Every role is different. And there are some times where I don't prepare. There are some times that I really have to prepare.
Okay.
One thing that I do work on is I just work on the psyche of the character. That is a constant. You know, कि कौन है ये, कहाँ से आया है, क्यों ये ऐसे सोचता है, इसके कॉम्प्लेक्सेस क्या है, इसकी रिलेशनशिप अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ, भाई बहन, लवर, खुद के साथ, ये खुद को रिस्पेक्ट करता है, नहीं करता, अप्रिशिएट करता है. So I have like a certain things that I question, that I ask.
The backstory of your
character. That I ask the character. And I find most of my answers while performing because of this backstory.
Listen, Bhumi, I'm loving your black leather
skirt.
Thank you. You love fashion, right?
Like you do.
I love it. This online thing, यार, ये कितना खर्चा है इसमें?
I know. मैं तो full time add to cart. मैं कोशिश करती हूँ कि मैं चीजें खरीदूँ ना, because I'm just trying to be responsible. But yeah, it's actually my favorite pastime. मैं add to cart करती रहती हूँ, खरीदती कुछ नहीं.
There have been a string of such movies in the past. First there was Veere Di Wedding, there was Lipstick Under My Burqa, there is your Thank You For Coming. All of these projects have 4 girls, their friendships and their stories. Why do you think it's only now in the last 2 years that these movies are being made and people see a reasonable amount of commerce in such projects?
I feel like because, you know, the female audience has been ignored for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And they are your ticket goers as well. And it's high time that we make films for our female audience. Look at what Barbie has done. We are also one of the youngest populations in the world.
Yeah.
And half of it are women. So it will be high injustice if we don't service that population and that mindset.
True.
Yes, it's a market that people stay away from, they are scared of, and they get nervous about, but I feel like that's changing.
And while we sit here, it is Yash Raj's office, it's in Andheri, and your initial years of your career.
Started right here.
What is your fondest memory of this company and, you know, all of these actors, you know, you name them? And
you know, I have honestly grown up over here. This has
Yeah?
been my school, my university. This is where I transitioned from being a teenager to a young woman. My first ever job, my first paycheck has come from here. My first film has come from here.
Yeah.
I just have way too many memories, but obviously my fondest would be the day I signed my contract for Yadam Lagake Haisha.
Yeah.
Nothing can ever beat that moment. But I remember we were casting for Rocket Singh, and it was the first time I saw Ranbir Kapoor, and I was like starstruck. And around that time, Shah Rukh sir had kind of started coming into the studio because Jab Tak Hai Jaan was kind of starting off, and you know, और मैं ना दूर से खड़ी होके देख रही थी यश जी and Shah Rukh sir, Adi sir and Ranbir. मैंने कहा भूमि, look where you are. Who would have thought that, you know, you are going to see these 4 legends, you know, and I was a very big Ranbir Kapoor fan, and Shah Rukh sir, तो मतलब I'm his, I love SRK. And I was like, you know, look at, and I was just wondering, क्या conversation हो रही होगी इनके बीच. But honestly, I feel like the biggest privilege for me was when I heard such varied directors. I got access to their brains, to their vision. You know, what they want to do, what they don't want to do. I had access to that information. I feel that was my biggest learning.
And do you agree, like Yash Raj recently made a film, The Family,
The Great Indian
The
Family.
Great Indian Family. Dhak Dhak is a film that doesn't have this jingoistic version of feminism, but I think it's going to go a long way in educating men about what really women want.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. It's also one big education for men, you know, when it comes to understanding the opposite gender. What, in your opinion, is the long-term purpose of your film?
The long-term purpose of my films is to bend gender norms. Yes, there is entertainment. But my films are going to be a part of a larger change. What does Thank You For Coming speak of? Thank You For Coming speaks against the shame that women are put through every decision of their life. Just because I like fashion, glamour and beauty, that does not mean I'm a frivolous person.
Yeah.
Just because I go out at night or I have friends that I party with does not mean I'm a person who lacks substance.
Yeah. Just
that is
to
the
tell
shame.
you, I mean, let me just add on to your point. The Bombay High Court had a ruling and it said that if a woman wears a short skirt and is dancing to a sexy dance number in a sexy way, that doesn't go as obscenity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
There's generational social conditioning that we have been put through. That a girl who's empowered is dangerous. Women should not have choices. We have to fight for our choices. We have to fight for our place everywhere. There's a very small percentage of women that are genuinely living the life on their own terms.
Yeah.
The problem is that the rules are different for men and women.
Yeah.
When a man speaks about his sexuality, it is taken in stride. There's nothing vulgar, obscene or anything that makes uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But when a woman does that, suddenly there are so many adjectives that are attached to her. People are like, oh, this is not the only thing that is empowering. I disagree.
Yeah.
So many women don't even know that sexual desire, the want or liberation or their sexuality is as much of a right of theirs as it is of the man's.
And lastly, Bhumi, your father was the Home Minister of Maharashtra, Labour Minister of Maharashtra. You lost him at a very early age, and your mother after that, and he had oral cancer?
Yes.
And your mother became an anti-tobacco activist.
Yes.
Would you like to recall the memories of your father and his achievements?
He touched so many lives that, you know, till date, I think my sister and I get so much love because of all the work that he did. I feel a lot of my jazba in life to give back. You know, the films that I do or all the work that I do off screen comes from my father as well, because he was that person. He was a charismatic leader who achieved a lot in a very young time, and at a very young age and in a very small time.
And you never thought of coming into politics because your father was a politician?
No, I don't think so. I am very happy being an actor. This is my way of service. And my mother also has touched many lives. You know, she does a lot of social work. She works a lot with cancer patients actually.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, I think I've had a set of most amazing parents that have like brought us up so well.
Wonderful. Well-behaved women, I think, don't make history. So great. You need to be thick-skinned. Always be like that. We are very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Time for a short break. When we come back, we have music composer Lalit Pandit of Jatin and Lalit fame of the 90s talking about composing music for Kuch Kuch Hota Hai as the movie celebrates its silver jubilee. Ladki badi anjani hai, sapna hai sach hai kahani hai. Oh, Shah Rukh Khan, Rani and Kajol. What a trio that was. It still is. Don't go away. Welcome back to Now Showing. I'm Atika Farooqui. Karan Johar's directorial debut, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, completed 25 years earlier this week. It was released exactly 25 years ago on October 16, 1998. This Shah Rukh Khan, Rani Mukherjee and Kajol starrer featured a very melodious soundtrack that was composed by Jatin and Lalit. And up next, we have Lalit Pandit taking a trip down memory lane and revealing how he composed the songs for the film. And joining him in this conversation is Rohansh Pandit, his young son, who's also a music composer. They talk to my colleague Vishal Chatkara.
तुम पास आए, यूं मुस्कुराए, तुमने न जाने क्या सपने दिखाए. अब तो मेरा दिल जागे न सोता है, क्या करूँ हाय. कुछ कुछ होता है, क्या करूँ हाय, कुछ कुछ होता है.
You know, just few days ago, we celebrated 25th anniversary of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Looking at the response to that film, even by younger generation, it looks like that film will never get old. What is your most enduring memory of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai?
We were wanting to do our very best in this film because of couple of important factors. It was Karan's first film and it was one of the best narration that I've heard.
Yeah.
And that gave us an idea and the in depth of what kind of music was required in the film and what we need to do. Every film that we have done with Aditya Chopra or Karan Johar, we used to cut down the other work because इनका म्यूजिक करने में 4 से 5 महीने लग जाते थे.
तो कौन सा गाना था जिसमें सबसे ज़्यादा टाइम लगा, आपको लगा कि ये क्रैक होने में बहुत हम
सबसे ज़्यादा जो टाइम लगा वो लड़की बड़ी अनजानी में लगा था. इनफैक्ट करण का शेड्यूल स्टार्ट होने वाला था ऊटी में. वी वर स्टिल नॉट रेडी विद द सॉन्ग. तो इनफैक्ट करण जौहर को आदित्य चोपड़ा जी ने कहा कि यू लीव फॉर द शूटिंग, मैं जतिन ललित के साथ ये गाना करके भेज दूँगा. तो ये जो गाना है लड़की बड़ी अनजानी है, इसमें आदित्य चोपड़ा साहब बैठे थे और उनके साथ हमने ये गाना बनाया और रिकॉर्ड करके फिर ऊटी भेजा था.
You are really following your father's footsteps. You of course have released your new song titled Coming Home.
Right, sir.
It's of course a tribute to Mahatma Gandhi. It talks about peace and harmony. An apt song for today's time when there's a war going on. What was it that you wanted to say with this song?
You know, sir, as you said, it's the most apt time to come up with something like this, I believe, because the atrocities that's been happening in the world, and we as artists, I feel it's our moral responsibility, duty, we use music as our weapon to address something like this. And this eventually got released in Washington DC for Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji's World Culture Festival.
Lalit ji, you of course is the man behind Munni Badnaam Hui, the foot tapping song from Dabang.
Yes.
What was the brief and did you have any reference for that song?
No reference.
Yeah.
वो क्या था कि हम लोग हिमाचल में जा रहे थे, ये सब छोटे थे, तो रात हो गई थी और एक ट्रक हमारे आगे जा रहा था, तो उसी के पीछे चले जा रहे थे और वो ट्रक टर्न मारता था तो गाड़ी भी टर्न मारती थी, फिर लाइट पड़ती थी उसके पीछे. तो ये सब तो सोए हुए थे, मगर उस ट्रक में लिखा था पीछे मुन्नी बदनाम हुई डार्लिंग तेरे लिए. अब मैं वो लाइन देखूँ फिर टर्न मारे तो वही लाइन सामने आए. तो चलते 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 मैं बोले ये लाइन फिर अच्छी लगने लगी मुझे, ये लाइन में कोई बात है साला, कुछ नोट कर लेता हूँ, कुछ इसमें क्रक्स है, कुछ अच्छी चीज़, मुन्नी बदनाम हुई डार्लिंग तेरे लिए. तो मैंने वो लिख ली लाइन. एंड देन आई केम बैक टू माई म्यूजिक रूम एंड माई स्टूडियो. I called my musicians and assistant and I said, look, I came to across this line और इस पर कुछ बनाते हैं हम लोग. मगर पहले जो मैंने अरबाज को सुनाया था वो सिर्फ मुखड़ा था. वो झंडू बाम वाला कैच अच्छा मिल गया था, वो अच्छा एक अलग कहानी है उसकी भी. पहले ये पूरा मैं बताऊं कि ये सोलो ही गाना था फीमेल का. बट व्हेन सलमान हर्ड इट ही सेड कि अगर ये गाना बहुत बड़ा हिट कर रहा है फिर तो मेरा होना बहुत ज़रूरी है इसमें, विच वॉज ट्रू. तो फिर तीसरा अंतरा हमने लिखा और बनाया और फिर उनका भी सेक्शन डाला. In fact, there is another story that the Jhandu Balm needed to be changed because of copyright reasons. But I tried a lot and then I said, नहीं इससे पता नहीं कुछ गिर जाता है गाना, उठता नहीं है. Then they said कि कर लो यार, देखेंगे आगे चल के. तो फिर उसका भी कुछ अलग सा फ़ायदा हुआ मुझे लगता है. मुन्नी बदनाम हुई डार्लिंग तेरे लिए, मुन्नी बदनाम हुई डार्लिंग तेरे लिए, मुन्नी के चाल शराबी नैन शराबी चाल नवाबी रे, ले झंडू बाम हुई डार्लिंग तेरे लिए, ले झंडू बाम हुई डार्लिंग तेरे लिए, मुन्नी बदनाम हुई डार्लिंग तेरे लिए.
So, remembering and celebrating 25 years of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. I'll tell you a chota sa kissa. So Shabana Azmi at the end of the movie scolded Karan Johar and said that this is the most politically incorrect film that I have seen. A very wrong gender politics is shown in the film. What do you want to show, Karan? Do you mean to say that the girls with short hair are not attractive enough? Wonderful point. At that time, I also had short hair and I was very happy to hear that. Anyway, things have changed and you would have seen Karan apologizing for that on this very show a couple of days ago. Anyway, whatever said and done, that movie completely changed the way we looked at cinema, we looked at life. Hai na? Anyway, we have come to the end of this show. I see you and you see me next week in the next episode. Till then, take good care of yourself. Goodbye.